guys, welcome back to Moonborn, and we're playing episodes 5 and 6. Says, what does Angel Mora need from Mia? Let's find out. I only got 1 teacup, so I'm going to get another one before we go, but that's fine. Let's play and go. So that sushi that we talked about last video, I went and got it. I'm very happy and content now, so it's really funny. But it was bad because I didn't realize that my husband had taken the car for work or whatever. So I went outside after ordering my food and to go and get in the car and go pick it up, and the car wasn't there. So I'm like, oh, I have to Uber there. So that was fun. But I don't know. But there's music going on and I don't see the music, so I'm concerned. 1 second. Alright, there we go. So it says he's dead. That night, Mia and Dante returned to Amsterdam. On the way from the airport to the hotel, they had a chance to discuss the information they received from Fabian. What is a Moonborn? Is it related to the prophecy? I have not heard of this before. Fabian also said something about a museum. He was definitely talking about the Vampire Museum. There is one. All the exhibits displayed there have something to do with us. You'd be surprised to know how many vampires are among famous personalities. Sculptors, artists, jewelers, scientists too, but I never thought that there were exhibits at the museum related to legends and history. It's usually art. It's strange that you have not heard of this place. You must have friends among vampires to be staying in their hotel. And then I intend to leave Amsterdam. I guess it never came up. I don't know. I guess it never came up. I did not intend to leave Amsterdam. I guess it never came up. There are a lot of interesting things there. Dante suddenly changed the subject. Why are you hiding from Prince Moore? I have no idea. Mia shrugged. Shortly before our acquaintance with you, I ran into Angel Mora at Taste of Night. You know, the vampire nightclub? I haven't been there, but I've heard of it. Long story short, the prince was going to drink some girl's blood, and I prevented it. Mora got very angry. Probably would have killed me if Victor and Ethan Wood had not intervened. And now he's hunting for me. Dante looked doubtful. Angel Mora is an old vampire, prudent and intelligent. He is ruthless, but he is no maniac. Chasing a young girl for revenge because of such a small thing? No, I do not believe it. Well, that's what Victor says. Yes, I suppose you should listen to Van Art. I don't remember who said it. A man is judged by the greatness of his enemy. I'm not too thrilled about that. Well, since we know so little, I propose to solve problems as they come. I agree. Can I get into this museum? In my company, yes. I'll get my affairs in order and we'll go there. Great. I don't know what I would do without you. I hope I can find out more there. I don't know what I would do without you, I guess. I don't know. Should we... That sounds nice. Is that too flirty? I don't know. I mean, he has helped a lot. Okay, that's diplomacy. I would not have found any information on my own. Thank you, Dante. The vampire turned to the girl. Suddenly, Mia noticed something ahead. Stop. Dante reacted instantly. The brake squealed and the car drifted on the wet road. The vampire turned his head, trying to understand what scared Mia. What's the matter? Instead of answering, the girl opened the door and jumped out. In front of the bumper, you saw a wounded raccoon. Oh my god, I'm glad we didn't run over it. Poor thing, we need to help it. The girl gently took the animal in her arms and climbed into the back seat. This is why we nearly got into an accident? Do you think we should just have driven by? Oh my god. I can't with this thing. No, I just thought there was something dangerous on the road. Next time, don't shout like that. Maybe the poor fellow got hit by a car. Do you know any vet clinics? The vampire replied in surprise. Of course not. Why would I? Look for one on the internet. I should have guessed. The raccoon fell silent on Mia's lap. He was dirtying up her clothes, but the girl did not pay any attention to it. Oh, we found one. Is that an ostrich? The nearest animal hospital was small and not particularly well equipped, but Mia didn't want to look for another one. She was afraid that the animal would get worse. Hey, is anybody here? Hello? What have you got there? Here. What's his story? I don't know. It was lying on the road. So it's wild then? So what? He's not vaccinated. Excuse me? Bite him. Do something, please. You treat animals. Look what happened to it. If he got hit by a car, please, he's not doing so well. Okay, put it here on the table. And do not interfere. I won as long as you're doing your damn job. Soon the doctor approached me and Dante. Everything will be fine. The raccoon will recover. It is lucky, just a couple of bruises. But it will be best leaving it under supervision of a specialist. And unfortunately, you cannot leave it here. I can give you the address of the clinic where they have all the proper facilities. But you will have to pay for the treatment. Yes, of course. And what will happen to him after? It will be released into the wild, probably in some kind of animal reserve. Now the raccoon was sitting on Mia's lap, getting used to humans surprisingly quickly. He's not at all afraid of us. It's probably just hoping you'll feed it. The girl looked at herself. My dress definitely needs dry cleaning. Oh, I can see the dirt spots now. And I need a shower as soon as possible. Let's deal with the raccoon first, and then I'll take you to your hotel. It's nearby. But generally speaking, the vampire's look was flirtatious. You look great. And the mild animal smell does not ruin your appearance. It was a surprise in Mia's room waiting for her. A huge stuffed toy. What is happening? Oh, it's her! Wow, it's wonderful. After a shower, the girl learned from the maid that a toy wolf had been delivered earlier that evening. Call Max. What do you mean? Don't disturb him. Mia took out her phone. Max, hello. Hi. Thanks for the plushie. You're welcome. I thought since I'm not around, you can have this guy guard you. He's cute. No, I'm cute. He's just a plush wolf. Well, you're both wonderful. Max grumbled jokingly. Okay, be that way. Any troubles there? What trouble? I have wonderful architectural monuments and museums all around me here. I'm getting ready to go to Nemo. I read that you can touch almost everything there. That's true. Hero? I don't know what you read there, but you can only touch some of the exhibits there. Nuh-uh. All of them are like interactive things. Right? Yeah, most of them. Definitely not everything. Otherwise you'll be reported to the police for harassment. Nah. You and your jokes, Max. The girl sighed with relief. Looks like I managed to redirect the conversation away from the troubling topic anyway. How are you doing? We are looking for the hunter, but we got nothing so far. Sean met a girl. He wanted to impress her, so he showed her his collection of scolopendras. Helen had to deal with this girl's mom coming to figure out why this nasty little boy scared her princess with his centipedes. Oh no! Oh no! Oh, what a horror. Did he get upset? If only. He just made plans with another girl to go out for pizza. By the way, the girlfriend of the princess. He doesn't waste time. True that. Then completely off topic and in a completely different voice, the wolf added, I miss you. Call me more often. Miss you too, and I will. I have to go. Everyone's at the table waiting for dinner. You are with the pack? Say hi to them for me. Bye. Kisses on your most beautiful ear. Oh my gosh, he's so cute. I love him. Mia walked around Amsterdam. She went on some tours, visited museums. She also visited Nemo, of course. Xander showed her the main sights of the city. She learned from him that Dutch tulips make up 3/4 of the world tulip market. Out of sheer curiosity, of course, the girl checked out the red light district. Oh gosh. She rented a bike and rode around with the locals for a while. Mia somehow spotted a small shop with goods from Asia, somehow blended in wonderfully with the European tourist city. She could not resist and bought herself a dress in authentic Asian style. Alright, new clothes. We got red Asia. What does that mean, red Asia? White Asia. And green Asia. I'll go with the one that I picked before. Then she decided to spend the evening in the hotel restaurant. There were quite a few vampires in the hall, and of course they noticed Mia's appearance. Sophia was there again, but she has new company this time. The brunette caught her eyes, smiled affably. Good evening. Good evening to you too. Let me introduce you. Because of the choice you made earlier, you were greeted warmly. What choice? My clothes? Okay. Of course. This lovely girl's name is Mia. She came to visit us from the New World. Mia curtsied. The company was clearly pleased with the joking bow. Curiosity and benevolence sparkled in their eyes. The vampires also introduced themselves. The only one whose name the girl remembered was Nathan Barry. The tall, imposing man gallantly kissed her hand. At your service. I'm honored. Oh, Nathan, do not embarrass our guest. She's so young, such behavior could be interpreted as an encroachment on the honor of the lady. Holding his hands to his chest, he spoke, justifying himself. Mia, I didn't want to offend you in any way. This is just a manifestation. The girl raised her palms in protest. It's all right. It's not the first time I've interacted with those who are many years older than me. I actually find the archaic spirit of some such manners very pleasing. Nathan relaxed, immediately starting a conversation about the difference of epochs. The malice on Sophia's face was obvious. She put him in an uncomfortable position on purpose. It turned out amazingly pleasant to speak with the vampires. The conversation smoothly changed from topic to topic while never losing its sophisticated secularity. Later on, going up to her room, the girl realized that she had not learned a single personal thing about any of them. In any other company, I'm sure someone would have talked about family or work. Here is no place for anything like that, I guess. Everyone keeps their distance meticulously. Or maybe they know everything about each other and they are just secretive around me. One thing is clear. I managed to establish pretty good relations with them. Cool. A knock at the door distracted the prince from waiting. Come in. Agatha appeared in the office. You should see this. Angel Moore looked at the screen of her smartphone. What did you get this from? From surveillance cameras at the Opera House. Oh no! Busted. She almost hasn't changed since that night Van Arten Wood stood up for her. The prince thought, playing with the golden fountain pen in his fingers. Well, he knows I'm in Europe. The next evening, Guerra appeared. Oh, Dante, come on in. Glad to see you. I thought that perhaps if you had no plans, we could have dinner together. Flirt? No. Especially with a huge plushie reminding me that no, I have a man waiting for me back home. No, I mean, eventually I want to see what that romance with Dante is like. I'll probably do a Victor run and then try again to see, because I know Benny Bart flirts with you. I don't know if that can be a lasting thing. So maybe I can do a Benny Bart, Dante, whoever else romance thing and just see what happens down there. I'm just gonna immediately agree. My pleasure. Give me a moment or two to get ready. I'll wait for you downstairs. The girl met up with him in the lobby and they went to a restaurant. The restaurant was overwhelmingly huge. Jeez. Prudent and immaculately dressed waiters did not just serve the guest, but rather played the role of the main MCs of the feast. Mia initially felt a bit uncomfortable. However, when they sat down at the table, she started to feel panic. On both sides of the plate, a completely unimaginable amount of cutlery lay smoothly. Yeah, to anyone who's never eaten in that type of setting, it can be really overwhelming. That's great. How do I even use all this? Mia, is everything okay? The girl tried to plaster on a smile. Yes, it's beautiful here. Do you mind if I order for the both of us? I am intimately familiar with their offerings. Mia nodded, concentrating on her problem. Ordering is not the issue. How will I eat? I feel like all this mannered staff will burn me at the stake if I eat something with the wrong spoon. All the guests will take me for a parvenu as well. I'm just gonna tell him. Deciding that pretending to be someone you're not is ridiculous, and that there is nothing wrong with not having an upper-class education, Mia said bluntly. Dante, I don't know how to use half of this cutlery. That's why I don't feel very comfortable here. Oh, whoops. I was supposed to just figure it out on my own. Oh my god. The vampire leaned over the table and whispered conspiratorially. Don't worry, I don't know either. Oh, sure. Like I believe that. He put his hand on his heart. Honestly. Okay, but how do we get out of the situation? I did see others use them, and I remember a couple of things. I will share with pleasure. I'll be pleased to teach you something. Wonderful. The girl's mood quickly improved. At dinner, Dante told you the story of the restaurant. Naturally, it turned out to be impossibly ancient with a rich and storied past. The conversation ran smoothly without any awkward pauses. Dante's gallantry, bordering on flirting, surrounded Mia with attention. The vampire perfectly felt where the line was and never crossed it, skillfully courting the girl. After the restaurant, they took a short walk. Then Guerrero escorted Mia to the hotel. Guerrera. I'm calling him Guerrera, but I don't know if that's how you say his last name. Doesn't matter. A day later, Dante knocked on Mia's door again. Hi. Mia? You seem to be displeased with something. Have you left Amsterdam after I returned from Florence? Of course not. What happened? I don't remember her leaving Amsterdam. Of course not. And you didn't contact Fabian in any way? No. How would I get in touch with him? He didn't give us his phone number. He's dead. What? Someone killed him. How? When? Why? Why? The vampire spread his hands. I don't know. Damn. Dante looked at the girl strangely. Do you have something more to tell me? Some of the vampires got your picture from Angel Moore. He is looking for you and blames you for Fabian's death. Dante, I hope you don't believe him. Of course not. He has also set a bounty on your head. What should I do? Moore is not very open about it. Here in the north of Europe, nobody knows anything yet. Mia went to the window, looking at the low, dark clouds hanging over the ancient city. Why did Moore decide to accuse me of killing Fabian? Has he found out that I am in Europe? Then what will he do? Look for me here? Call off his hunter? Or will the prince think I'm heading home and a hunter will wait for me there? If they saw me at the opera, Max will kill me when he finds out about this. After all, I was supposed to stay put in Amsterdam. After all that, the first thing she's heard about is what Max is gonna be. That's kind of cute. This is Prince Alan Ravel's territory. There's not much Angel Mora can do, but a trip to the Vampire Museum, given the new circumstances, might be dangerous. And if Mora finds out where I'm staying, we need to see this through. I need to get to the museum and I need Dante's help. Mia, can you hear me? She replied with her back still turned to him. Please take me there. I cannot do it myself. You can only get into the museum accompanied by a vampire, right? Only you can help me now. Do you understand? And waiting is too dangerous. Why? You must have time to visit the museum properly before Mora learns anything more about me. Fabian's death? What if it happened because of me? Mia, I don't understand what's going on. Maybe I should meet with Mora. Explain to him that he is wrong and that you have nothing to do with murder of Fabian. Please don't do that. You don't want the prince to know that you're helping me, or that we even know each other. Mia, a conflict like this is serious. If I can convince him... Don't you understand? He set me up. Why would he decide that I killed Fabian? You mean that he himself did it? Not with his own hands, obviously. If this is true. Mia, is it worth taking risks when things are so serious? I'm sure that the prophecy is nothing more than an old legend. Why did Fabian get so tense then when I asked him about it? Legends stop being legends when people start believing in them. I like that. I don't know. Is the prophecy really that important to you? Only now the girl turned away from the window. Tell me, Dante, am I a vampire? No, we can feel each other. Guerra didn't have time to finish before Mia caught his eye and slightly subdued his will, just enough for him to feel it. But I'm not human either, right? But how is this possible? Your hypnosis, your hearing, and the ability to feel other people's emotions? The maid is in the hallway. Mia closed her eyes, concentrated. She's just bored, it seems. Yes, that's right. That's incredible. Along with that, I've also become stronger and faster. And it all happened after a vampire bit me. And there is another oddity, perhaps the most important one. Nothing changes for me, and even in direct sunlight, I don't lose any of these abilities. I don't understand. I've never heard of anything even similar to that. Oh, he was the one who told me to promise. But yeah, I'm curious because, I mean, you told me about the prophecy yourself. Were you just saying it and you didn't believe it? Doesn't it tell you something? Supposedly there was to be someone who had the power of a vampire but is not a vampire. Your words. I couldn't imagine that everything would be true, word for word. I don't know, I thought it was something insignificant, just a story. I never quite believed it. Did you not notice my abilities at the opera when I was eavesdropping on the conversation between Mora and Fabian? No, and I hope no one else noticed. Who else knows about you? Victor Van Art. Well, he knows how to keep secrets. We need to figure out just what has happened to you. It could concern all vampires. When are we going? At midnight. I must say goodbye for now to go and prepare. What do you know about the hunters? I really don't like that you're asking that question. Don't tell me that Morris sent one after you. Mia was silent. It's getting more complicated by the hour. It's true what they say. Be careful what you wish for. This adventure is entertaining me much more than I truly wanted at the beginning. Hunters are a kind of bloodhound, say. They're assigned to a variety of cases: investigations, elimination of unwanted individuals, escort of secret goods. Some of those are a little strange for a hunter, aren't they? If you run fast enough, you can do more than just hunt. You can also follow and watch, say, or bypass by borders. I get it. All in one combo: a detective, a courier, and a killer all at once. It's typically the last one for the most part. Do you know anything about any of Angel Mora's hunters? Maybe what they look like? No, I can try to find out, but this is dangerous. Then no, it's not worth it. I'll think about it. What if I stumble upon an opportunity? Only let's make a deal. We will go to the museum and then... Mia, I like you, but I can't get into any kind of disagreement with the prince. Thank you. Of course, no one has a moral obligation to risk their lives for me. Everyone has their own problems. I hope this is all just an out-of-scale misunderstanding. An awful and fateful confluence of circumstances, and that everything will be fine in the end. Dante left Mia alone with her thoughts. Yeah, he's cool and everything. He's down for, like, a bit of an adventure just because, I guess, because he's a bored vampire. But, like, he's not the ride or die type that you would see in, like, Max and even Victor. Yeah, I think when the crap hits the fan, I think he's out. I don't know. That's another reason why I never felt like I would want to be with him, especially being Mia. Like, she's always gonna have some kind of crazy something going on, and he doesn't seem like the type to be down for that. A little later, Dante Guerra took the girl to the Vampire Museum. They went to the village of Hallstatt in Austria. It's pretty. Mia read beforehand about this town with less than 1,000 people living there, but she didn't expect such a fairy tale-like atmosphere. Along the way, an amazing view opened in front of them, and the girl got out of the car to admire it. It's so pretty. It's beautiful. Do you think that you could live here? Yeah. I feel like a character from a fairy tale. A princess. Mia smiled and shrugged. Not necessarily. I can be something simpler. For example, maybe Little Red Riding Hood. Morning is coming. With the wolf! I wondered if she said the same thing if you were with Victor. I don't know. That's fun. Morning is coming. I suggest we find a hotel, and we will take care of the business tomorrow. I look at these houses, mountains, the lake, and I think, is there a quieter and safer place in Europe? Do not forget a vampire lives nearby. What if he drinks, carefree tourist? I might suggest the quiet shoreline hills of Cigar for what you request. Cigar is a place in Queen in 30 Days. When it's daytime, I'll definitely wander around here for a while. But then, inevitably, she slept most of the day. I just want to get a picture of the bottom part. And in the evening, as soon as the sun set behind the mountains, they went to the museum. Along the way, Guerra explained. At one time, the village of Hallstatt survived on salt mining. Today, a lot of empty mines remain. Several years ago, Peter, an unremarkable vampire, used one of these mines to create the museum. Mostly everyone laughed at him, finding the idea ridiculous. Now the place is still not very popular. However, the vampires who visited liked it quite a bit and keep going. Well, today we'll appreciate it too. An enterprising vampire, Peter, as it turns out, he settled pretty far out of town. First they took the road, and then a mountain path, and finally Mia and Dante came to the right cave. A steel gate blocked the entrance to the former salt mine. A sign said, "Private territory." There were no hints of what was kept inside. Dante pressed the bell button and a vampire soon appeared. Well, hello, Peter. Welcome, dear guest. Dante Guerrera. Peter Judge. Wow, you're with a mortal girl? Is that a problem? I'm fine with humans who are dear friends of vampires. He smiled at Mia, made an inviting hand gesture. Please, come in. Do not be shy. Good evening. Having introduced herself, she asked, how many people have been here? Are you friends with any of them, the humans? Wait, that's kind of a personal question, isn't it? I don't know. I don't know what to ask. Are you friends with any of them? How many people been here? Let me ask that. You are the second. Are you simply traveling, or have you deliberately come to see me? The latter. We are very interested in the exhibits you have collected, but especially those that relate to one particular topic. I will assist you in any way I can. What exactly are you looking for? The Moonborn. Mia carefully observed Peter's reaction. The vampire smiled. That is just an old legend. I have things that are much more impressive. But as you wish, follow me. Okay, so he doesn't know much. He just has something about it. But any news that we can find is great. In any other situation, the girl would have been extremely curious to see everything in the museum. But now, being so very close to the possible solution of all the strange things that happened to her, her attention was laser focused. Having guided the guest down into the depths of the cave, Peter pointed to a glass-encased stand. Okay. Here we go. Here. Oh, wait, I can get a better picture. I think this is what you were looking for. Oh yeah, the episode there. The heck? It's fine. It's fine. I can play a new one. I just have to buy more tea. It's fine. Episode 6. Mia gets to learn more about the prophecy. Okay. This is actually a good picture of the prophecy too. The mystery of the manuscript. Mia stared at the yellowed sheet with brown handwritten lines. That's everything on Moonborn, apart from the public record. Can you explain that? Well, there are many mentions of her in various sources, but without any specific details, it is not clear where this legend came from. Strange. It's more than strange. What do you mean? The owner of the museum spoke a little quieter, as if people outside might somehow hear him. You see, it seems to me, no, I'm quite sure that someone didn't want, how to say it, perhaps even hinder the spread of information. For example, I happened to stumble upon the diary of an ancient vampire once. According to the records in it, much of the prophecy should have been in the book on the alchemy of the blood. Why haven't I heard about it? Written by Luigi Trial, who died in the Middle Ages. This is one of the last handwritten books. There were only 3 copies. And so, what happened to them? Only 1 volume survived. However, some pages in it are ripped out. I think that those were the ones mentioning the Moonborn. Dante approached Mia, looking at the exhibit. It's in French. During the full moon, death will spare the maiden. The night will bestow her strength. The day will cure her of weakness. They'll call her the Moonborn, and so it will be. There's nothing more than folklore, of course. Why would anyone destroy the evidence of this particular prophecy? I can't even imagine it. Maybe because it's a little bit more than folklore. Well, thank you. If you don't mind, Mr. Judge, we will take a look at the other exhibits. Me and Dante walked around the museum a little, stretching my leg out. My knee is all cramped. And then said goodbye. Mia was entirely preoccupied with the prophecy. As soon as they were left alone, Mia sighed. Nothing is any clearer than it was. Looks like a dead end. We need to think. On a deserted night road, one could speak openly without fearing any eavesdroppers. That sounds like an odd thing to say. Vampires largely have not paid any mind to this manuscript. However, you and I both know that there is truth to it, at least in part. You are living proof of that. The knowledge of the ancient touched the girl. For a moment, her throat felt like a noose. A wild, frightening sense of inevitability forced her into a stupor. Her conscience was pulsating. It was predetermined for me to turn. What else is predetermined? Who am I? Mia? Mia? What's wrong with you? Is everything alright? Yes, I'm just feeling a little dizzy with all this. Do you remember how the first part went? During the full moon, death was spared the maiden. Should I have died, but death bypassed me? It's just to make it sound better. I do not think this is part of the text. This part of the text has a deeper meaning. Never mind. Does Guerrero really believe that, or was he comforting her? Mia wasn't entirely sure. Okay, we have something. Nothing huge yet, but at the very least, we learned the full text of the prophecy. Exactly. And that it matters, at least for Prince Mora. Absolutely. Centuries ago, a vampire decided that he foresaw the future. Mia chuckled. I don't even know how to react to it. There were many prophetic movements in those times. Suppose the vampires had one too? I agree. What I don't understand is why Mora or anyone else erased everything related to the prophecy but left the manuscript. And the text isn't even hidden, it's easy to get to. If Peter's exhibit survived, then maybe there is something else. So it's worth looking further? The girl shrugged. I don't know. You're right, I suppose. I understand that it is not easy for you now. The vampire suddenly abandoned his cold and superficially polite attitude. A sincere desire to help glimmered in his eyes, and it was not brought upon by the dogmas of his upbringing. Dogmas of his upbringing? That's not about. Huh. Maybe I spoke too soon and I was wrong about him. I think as he gets to know me and getting more into this, it's I don't know. It was interesting. Let me give you some advice. Try to step back a little, to look at the situation as if everything was not happening to you personally. You're having the feeling that you are nothing but a puppet in the hands of fate. But it is not like that. Wish I had your confidence. Mia, you're an unusual girl, unique even. Perhaps your appearance was actually predicted by someone. However, this is not a reason to become a fanatical fatalist. He passed his calm on to Mia. It helped to uplift her spirits a bit. It's nice. Oh, back with him. Did you find her? No, I'm sorry. No one knows where she is. Pity. The prince drummed his fingers on the tabletop. I can do that too. Call Vasco. Let him move things along more quickly. Is that the hunter? Let him solve this problem. Mia was not able to fall asleep. The disruptive routine took its toll on her. The weather was clear and the bright light hurt her eyes. Am I turning into a night dweller? I go out less and less during the day. I just didn't get enough sleep. I have dark circles under my eyes. What a nightmare. I look like a drug addict. One way or another, she was firmly decided on taking a walk and inspecting Hallstatt. I'll just buy sunglasses. So we have those, which I apparently bought last time. And we have some sports ones. And then we have some cat's eye ones. Those are kind of cute. And aviators, of course. I guess I just bought these because they were just really colorful and kind of cute. I still like them. Let me get those. It's just fun. That's better. Let's dress it up. I don't know if I'm about to change or anything, but in either case, can put those on. Let's put on the pigtails, maybe. Those are fun. We can also wear it with these. Let's see. That could be kind of a fun look. Also that. I have so many looks. That's kind of fun. Okay, I think I'm gonna go with this. This is kind of fun. It's a little strange, I'll admit. Maybe something more like that. I don't know. Let's just go. The town turned out to be no less beautiful in the afternoon. There were tourists everywhere buying souvenirs and taking pictures of everything. Mia felt the desire to purchase a keepsake. However, she had to abandon the idea. I'm not here. I'm in Amsterdam. It would be difficult to explain to Max a magnet with the local lake on the fridge. Oh. The walk was good for Mia's spirits. Beautiful houses, wooded mountains, lots of flowers. It is so pretty. It's cute. The idyllic landscape pacified her mind and helped her calmly think through things through. Mia and Dante met in the evening in a small street cafe. Although their coffee wasn't the best, the place was pleasant. The friendly staff and the overall surroundings subtly created an atmosphere of comfort. The vampire immediately noticed Mia's high spirits. Did you come up with something? We must study the manuscript. Let's say Peter Jentz will allow us to do this. What are you hoping to find? Do you think he didn't explore the text? It's possible that he has. But what if we are lucky? What? Jentz doesn't believe in the prophecy. Doesn't think the manuscript is serious, right? Go on. He may have noticed something, but not considered it to be important. He's dismissive of the whole document. So maybe he didn't notice, or didn't really care. What do we have to lose? All we have to do is to persuade Peter to take the prophecy out from under the glass. I hope you do not expect that he will allow us to smear the paper with lemon juice and to warm it over a candle. It would be nice. I saw that somewhere. But first, we'll just have to take a look. Okay, let's try. I'll do the talking. A vampire would rather listen to another vampire than a human. Alright. You're back. I'm glad. How else can I help? You see, Mr. Jentz, Guerrero took the owner of the museum by the elbow and stepped aside. Mia didn't eavesdrop on the quiet conversation and wandered randomly looking at the exhibits. Suddenly, Jentz raised his voice. Are you crazy? No. Okay. Looks like Dante's negotiation is not going so well. Mia approached, coughing delicately. Mr. Jentz? He turned around. Please listen. Let us just take a closer look at the prophecy. We will be extremely careful. Regardless of the value of the text, the manuscript itself is part of our history. Do you understand? Absolutely. We'll just examine it under the light. Analyze the handwriting. Nothing more. You might think you understand these things. I used to work with old documents. I was an intern in the archive while studying. I'm a journalist. Peter noticeably tensed up. What? A journalist? I'm not here for that, I promise. Nobody's going to be writing about your museum. We have a purely personal interest in the prophecy. The owner of the cave hesitated. What do you have to lose? I can see it in your eyes. You're interested. Let's do it together. Okay, okay. We will be immaculate and careful. The three of them went deep into the museum. Now then, Peter opened an odd, tricky lock on the stand. It's out. Here. I beg of you, be very gentle. Mia carefully examined the paper. I hope she got gloves on, right? I mean, just like your oils and such from your hand can like disintegrate really old things. Anyway, looks ancient. It's written in French, some kind of unusual ink. It already darkened from the age, but the brown shade is still visible. Now this is interesting. Do you see anything? Watermarks. Oh yes, of course. I know about them. Strange. When were they invented? There's nothing strange about them. The first watermarks on paper appeared in the 13th century. Well, if so, it doesn't matter then. There's one odd thing though. Old watermarks were very simple. This one here is a rather complex and beautifully executed coat of arms. Ginge was embarrassed. What? I thought she was kidding when she said she used to work with old documents. What? Look at her. Are you sure? Frankly, I'm not an expert on the matter. How old do you think this document is? Not less than 400 years. Unfortunately, I have to disappoint you. You're wrong. It's not more than 100 years. The vampires exclaimed at the same time. What? What makes you conclude that? The paper manufacturer, whose emblem is this watermark, the company was formed at the beginning of the last century. Is that right? Browse internet. I did a report in college. That sounds more official. For history class, on the development of the paper industry. So, was the manuscript aged intentionally, given a more ancient look? What for? Obviously to cheat. But to make such a rookie mistake, did they forget about the watermark? Actually, I think it was intentional. Why? Maybe it's a clue? Damn it. So it's not a relic at all. How could I be so wrong? What do you say? I don't understand this at all. Guerrero took the paper from Mia's hands. By the way, wait. He brought the manuscript to his face, sniffed the air, and then looked at Peter questioningly. What? It's written in blood. Yes, human blood. That I checked carefully. He's trying to get his facts. Dante rubbed the letter with his finger. What are you doing? He licked his finger, again rubbed the paper, and then licked his finger again. I tell you, I checked the ink according to all the rules. I scraped the last letter in the corner and sent it for analysis. Oh, it's mostly written in human blood. But the second sentence out of the 4 is written in the blood of a vampire. Is this a joke? You are rather young, Mr. Ginch. The blood is old and you are not able to distinguish it. It comes with the years. Okay. Are you absolutely sure? Yes. So, the only part worth paying attention to is the one written in vampire blood. Looks like it. The rest of the text is nonsense. Background. Give it back. Give me back the document. With an obviously displeased look, Peter returned the manuscript to its place. Hey, dude. Don't get mad, so we exposed you. At any rate, this is still an exhibit. I mean, that's true. Moving away from the display of housing the prophecy, Mia thought, so it's worth paying attention to just one phrase. The night will bestow her strength, the day will cure her of weakness. I have to admit, you have actually helped me learn something new. but it's not clear how to react to it. Let's reason logically. Are the watermark and the things written in other types of blood some kind of clues? Looks like it, just not very clear ones. Then what is our next step? Mia thought for a second. Mr. Gent, how did you get the manuscript? When I first opened the museum and started collecting exhibits, I tried to make acquaintances, all kinds of them. After all, the puzzles of our history could emerge from anywhere. About 20 years ago, I received a package. The sender was unknown. I thought it was a gift from someone sympathetic to my cause. Why is the sender said to remain anonymous? The vampire shrugged. How would I know? Given the mythological specifics of the manuscript, I was ready to suggest a variety of reasons. In addition, it was not the only time I had been given anonymous gifts. Everyone has different reasons to avoid fame and publicity. He looked at me and Dante shrewdly. I think you won't argue with that. He's expected to put up an argument with everything that he says now. We will not. Do not be afraid. I will not tell anyone about all of this. I bet he won't. I bet he's hoping that we don't tell anybody that he doesn't know everything about his exhibits either. Should I ask why? I don't think why. I'm just going to say thank you. You're right, Mr. Gents. We don't need publicity, just the opposite. On our end, we can assure that our actions are not aimed at hurting anyone. When we figure everything out, we'll tell you. We have a deal then. Peter rubbed his chin thoughtfully. As I understand it, any details related to this document may be useful to you? Of course. You said there was nothing else. Well, it's not directly related to the Moonborn. The manuscript was sent to me in a box. I think I did not throw it away, but stored it somewhere with the rest of the unimportant stuff, which there is plenty of in the museum. How long would it take to find it? Long enough. You'll have time to help me. Dante and Mia exchanged glances. I really will need help. It's a delicate matter. And it seems we have a mystery that connects us, right? Okay. Let it be a sign of goodwill. And not a way to buy out the box. Deal? The vampire grinned wryly. Whatever. You did mention working as a journalist? Write about the museum. People will think that it's about a fun place for vampire fans. But even a short article may attract the attention of vampires. It would be wonderful if they would visit more. If only he knew which magazine I work for. Is it possible? Can you write this? Yes. Mia didn't mention her experience with subjects like this. It's very possible that vampires will be reading this. Because that's what they hired me to do. Like, unofficially. And one more thing. You see, no matter how stupid it may sound, I'm in love with a local girl. Her name is Astrid. Don't they just laughing at her? It would be disgraceful to laugh about it, Mr. Carrera. I had no intention of doing that. We have a long relationship. She knows who I am. I wanted to convert her, but she's afraid, though she loves me. Convince her? Yes, exactly. Mr. Guerrero, you really understand all the benefits of our existence. Eternal youth and so on. You couldn't persuade her? Why would she listen to us? First of all, I count on you, Mia. Astrid has no one to talk to about a human, to talk about vampires with. You can discuss everything, mortal to mortal. We will help. Yeah, we'll help with Astrid. He's giving us a lot of information. He really helped us out. Tell me where to find her. And start looking for that box, Mr. Jench. Thank you. If you succeed, I will be extremely grateful. Astrid owns a souvenir shop in the city center. Oh, hey, I wanted to get souvenirs, so I probably saw her a little bit. I'll expect you tomorrow after sunset. Okay, so we got some new information. And we potentially have a clue coming to us in the form of that box. So, we're making some progress. This is good. They walked half distance to town before Dante spoke. An article about the Vampire Museum? Are you serious? Well, here's the thing. The girl spoke briefly about her role as Supernatural Daily. So, Ethan, when the other vampires in your city are not just in the know, but they decide to use the magazine for such purposes? Why didn't you let Peter know that? Why? Well then. Mia, let me do some research on that manufacturer. The one that produced the paper? Yes. What if the water milk really was a clue? Do you want to persuade Jensen's beloved to become a vampire? I think not. There are reasons for this. Kind of feel like I don't have the right to ask him. I'm curious though. I'll probably ask him on a different run, but I don't know. I don't want to force him to explain. I kind of want to ask him. No. crap. Do I ask him? Oh, I don't know. I don't remember what I did here last time. Crap. Okay, I'll ask on Victor's route. You don't have to explain. I'll talk to Astrid myself. I'll go back to my room and try to get some sleep. And in the morning, I will go to see who's this beauty that stole Peter's heart. Everything was close by in the little town of Halset. The place was just a few houses away from the hotel. Entering the souvenir shop, Mia greeted the young man behind the counter and asked to speak to the owner. I'll wait outside. After a minute, the door of the shop opened. Hello, Astrid. You're a cutie. Hello. How can I help you? Astrid? Yes? This is a cutie pie. My name is Mia. I'm a friend of Peter Jensch. Really? Oops. But she looks surprised at the sun. I'm not a vampire, but like you, I know about them. Do you know Peter well? No. But I'm friends with other vampires. Astrid glanced at the passing tourist. Maybe we should take a walk? Come on. They slowly moved down the street. Geez, Mia, jump right in. Both of these are like serious questions. I couldn't have like eased into this. Like, what do you think about vampires? Blah, blah, blah. Are you simply attracted by all this romantic mystery surrounding them? Astrid responded with obvious discontent. It's none of your business. You have to understand that I'm not asking out of mere curiosity. I suppose not. Peter asked you to. Yes. He seems like a serious man. His words have a weight to them. And if Peter says he loves you, then that's how it is. I don't doubt his feelings. Maybe you have religious concerns? No, that has absolutely nothing to do with it. Why did he ask you for help? Mia didn't explain the true reason behind their trust-based relationship. I came here with a friend of Peter's. Men usually don't know what to say when it comes to love. That's why Peter asked me, a mortal girl, in the know about the mystery. Do you understand? So, how can I convince her? What should I talk about? Oh, I don't remember about feelings. I don't think feelings are the problem. There's nothing to be afraid of. How can I say that? About the superlative nature of vampires over people. What does that even mean? Oh no! I don't remember. I'm probably gonna have to restart this one again. I don't remember what to do. Shoot. I don't know this. Don't you want to be a chosen one? Think about it. Eternal life, impeccable health, healing of any wounds. Vampires are the next link in the evolutionary chain. No, that was wrong. What nonsense are you even talking about? I'm not listening to this garbage from a stranger. She turned around and headed back towards her shop. Okay, that didn't go well. That didn't work. Do you need to fulfill Peter's request? Try again. Um. Okay, let's talk about feeling. But how can I? Uh. One of these is right. Are you really not ready for love? Oh, no, that wasn't it. Don't meddle in this. Discuss topics with a stranger, that's what I thought. Okay. Okay, it's all wrong. Okay, nothing to be afraid of. There's no need to be afraid. Vampirism is not a death sentence, nor is it a curse. Just another life. Astra spoke softly. But drinking blood, I won't be able to. You don't have to kill anyone. In the modern world, there are all kinds of different ways for vampires to get food. But you'll stay forever young and beautiful. Just think about that. You won't have to fear old age or disease. Vampires are also very wealthy. Can you imagine what Peter paid for that cave? Mia didn't raise the issue of romantic relationships, and it seems she chose the right tactics. What about you? Are you going to convert? Yes. Well, I'll just grow a little older and then, sure. After much persuasion, she finally managed to convince Astra to agree to convert. After saying goodbye, Mia settled in a cozy cafe. I have plenty of time. I guess I'll write this article. I need to conceal most of the truth when writing this, so that people would find it stupid. But the vampires will realize that the museum is quite real and belongs to one of them. On the other side of the ocean, it was late into the night. Louis, Trevor, and Max were watching a movie on the coder's computer. Oh, I guess I'm going home, I guess. Is everything okay with you? You've been acting strange all day. Also, I don't remember you ever staying in the office overnight before. I had a fight with my wife. I thought you were bored here. He's not really the type to open up, so he probably would act like he were just doing you a favor, so I decided to keep you company. What's so strange about that? Nothing at all. Thank you, brother. Yeah, well, goodbye. Louis went upstairs, up to the office, and turned around towards the stairs. Both werewolves stayed down. Then he went to the editor's desk. The system unit rustled quietly, and the light of the monitor made his eyes squint. It's good that Camilla doesn't use a password. Damn it all. The layout designer opened an email and saw a letter from Mia. Well. Camilla leave a little space for a small article. I'm preparing an interesting piece about the European Vampire Museum. Send my regards to everyone. It's all because of her. After deleting the email, Louis turned off the computer and left the office. In the silence of the night, the phone rang. I hope you have something. After hearing the answer, Edgar pronounced, well, as I promised, I would not touch you, and broke the connection. A hollow moan was heard from the next room. The vampire didn't even turn his head. An evil grin appeared on his face. He whispered, looks like I know where she is. The museum in Hallstatt. There is yet a chance to fix everything, to rehabilitate myself in the eyes of the prince. I will send everyone I have. She can't have found that place on her own, so someone is helping her. I don't care. I must try. Okay. So, looks like he's holding Louis's wife hostage, and Louis, of course, is blaming me. I mean, technically it's kind of my fault, but not really. It's not like I barged into the situation like wanting to find out about vampires. This stuff is literally just happening to me. Anyway, they headed again towards Peter's cave. How are you doing on the watermarks? Nothing so far. Well, it was worth a try. Maybe we'll get lucky next time. What do we have at the moment? So the prophecy about the Moonborn exists, but someone is hiding it. The manuscript is a fake, and there are two oddities. The paper is aged well, however, a younger watermark is embedded in it. And second, the text is written in different types of blood. Mostly human, but one phrase is written in vampire blood. The night will bestow her strength, the day will cure her of weakness. Finally, Angel Moore knows more than the others, more than we do, and the Moonborn does not sit well with him. Hopefully now we will find out something more. Good evening, how are you? Everything is fine. The article we published. Well, he deleted that email, so it might not be, but we'll see. I already wrote a draft, and I even sent a message to the editor asking them to leave a space for it in the next issue. Great, come on. The three of them moved past the paintings, old books, and other exhibits. I must thank you separately for Astrid. She was here in the afternoon. She didn't change her mind? No, I will soon convert her. And then we'll be married. How romantic. Either I didn't hear or decided to ignore Dante's irony. I don't know how to express gratitude otherwise. Maybe you would need it later on. He went to the stand with the prophecy, took off the glass cap. Taking the manuscript, the vampire handed it to Mia. Now it is yours. Okay. I get to keep it. So we can go back and review it for clues. Maybe it's not the real prophecy about the Moonborn, but I hope it helps you. Thank you. Thank you, Mr. Jench. Well, not to the box. There was a table in the far corner of the cave. The owner of the museum took an oblong object from it. This is it. What a beautifully crafted box. Mia turned it in her hands. I don't see anything that could be a hint. I also looked and found nothing. May I? Guerrero carefully examined the box and then, with a shrug, returned it to Mia. Mr. Jench, do you have a thin knife? Better yet, some tools? Peter brought us a pair of small screwdrivers. Mia lifted up the lining inside the box. A white rectangular piece of paper, the size of a business card, fell to the floor. Well? Mia leaned over, lifting it to her eyes. It's an address. Okay. I actually don't remember what episode it is. Saying that we've been recording for an hour, I'm guessing that was both episodes. I want to play more. I don't remember what happened. Okay. It says I'm still following the prophecy. So we got, what, 7, 8, 9, and 10. 2 more episodes for the season. Okay. Wow. Okay. We're learning a lot. So that's pretty good. But also, we now have Edgar's plans to worry about. That's his name, right? Edgar? His plans to worry about because Lewis gave up our location. He could at least, like, give us a heads up or something, like, after the fact, at least. Be like, look, so there might be a guy. I guess he was worried about his wife and everything like that, so he didn't say anything. Still, Mia would have found a way. But, in any case, that's neither here nor there. Yeah. Prophecy's coming along. And I wonder what they found about information about the box, because we need a clue to lead us to our next clue. You know, it's like we don't know where to go from here at this point unless we can figure out something with the watermark. Well, I'm assuming it's something with the box because she looks like she has an idea. But anyway, thank you guys so much for watching. If you enjoyed the video, go ahead and show it some love and subscribe so you can see more content. And I will see you next time. Bye!